Hi, so today I'll be solving few word problems from the chapter AP. The first question that I've taken, how many terms of this AP must be taken to give a sum of 636? So let us let n terms should be taken, must be taken. To get the sum, of 636. So what is asked to find how many terms that we take as the variable n. So n term must be taken. So according to the question, our sum of the first n terms will be 636. This is given in the question, and that means we have to find n. So we have to find the value of n. This is the question. So now this is the AP is given. This is the AP. So what are given? Given the first term a is given 9, and also the common difference we know, which is a2 minus a1. a2 is your 17 and a1 is your 9, so this is your 8. So D is given and A is given. So we'll be using a formula where A and D are involved. So the formula for Sn that we have derived in the last video is n by 2 twice A plus n minus 1 into D. This formula we'll be using for Sn is 636. Now we put the values of A and D. N by 2, A is your 9 plus n minus 1 and D is your 8 is 636. We have put the values. Now the method of simplification, you observe 2 is in the denominator, and there is a 2 factor in this term. The 8 has a 2 factor, so I can take out 2 common. That will be easier. N by 2, I take out 2. So what will be left here? 9 plus n minus 1 into 4. If I take out 2, so 2 getting cancelled, 636. And we simplify n. First we simplify this one, 9 plus 4n minus 4 is 636. So it is n into 4n plus 5 is 636. Or you open 4n square plus 5n, this side 636 is 0. So we got a quadratic equation in n. So we will solve it and we'll get the value of n. And how to solve? We know the methods, either with the method of factorization where you have to split the midterm, or using quadratic formula. But quadratic formula is a lot of calculation, as you know, so we try to avoid the formula. So first we try with the splitting midterm. So if you see the factors of 636 and 4, we'll end up with 2 factors. If you do yourself, you'll get it factors of 53 and 48. These 2 factors you'll be getting out of these 2. So their difference is 5. So we can take them. So 4n square plus 53n minus 48n minus 636 is equal to 0. Or you take common, 4 will not go. Okay. So I have to take n only. N. So it is 4n plus 53. And here I have to take 12. I have to take 12 common. 12. Then it is 4n plus 53 is equal to 0. So the factorization is 4n plus 50. The factorization from here, 4n plus 53 plus n minus 12. N minus 12 is equal to 0. So from the 2 factors, I'll be getting 2 values of n. From this, n is equal to minus 53 by 4, or n is equal to 12. From this factor, this we reject. Since n can neither be fraction or can it be negative, so we reject. So I have to accept this n 12. That means we have to, how many terms to be taken? 12 terms of this AP has to be taken to get this sum. Okay. Next question. If the sum of first 7 terms of an AP is 49 and that of 17 terms is this, find the sum of first n terms. So what are given? Let me see. Sum of first 7 terms. Sum of first 7 means, let me write what are given. That means S7. Sum of first 7 is 49. This is given, and that of 17 term is 289. That is S17 is 289. These two are given, and what to find? You have to find the sum of first n term, that is nothing but S of n. So that is the convention of writing sum of first n terms. It's a suffix, gives the how many terms will be taking, how many up to which term will be adding the terms, and always it is from the beginning. The sums is from the beginning. So now let me write equations using the formula. Which formula will be using? Using sum of first n term is equal to n by 2 twice a plus n minus 1 into d. This will be using again and again. So S7 is your 7 upon 2 twice a is not given plus 7 minus 1 into d. Okay, these are given. A and d, nothing is given, so we'll be getting formula. So now let me write again. You see, S7 is 49. 7 by 2. Let me take out 2 common. So it is a plus 7 minus 1 is 6d. So I have taken out 2. So it is 3d. Or let me write 7 1 minus 1 as 6d. Then it is okay. So when I take 2 common, a plus 3d is left. So these two to getting cancelled, and also 7 is 49. So I am getting a very simple linear equation in two variable. Therefore a plus 3d is equal to 7, equation 1, linear equation, two variable from this. Similarly from this I will be getting, with the same process I will be getting. So S17 I can write it as 17 by 2, that is this formula, n by 2 twice a plus n minus 1, 17 minus 1 is 16, d is 289. And I am writing. So again I take out 2. 17 by 2 a plus 8d. 2 to getting cancelled, and 17 square is 289. So 17. I've got another simple equation, a plus 8d is equal to 17, equation number 2. So here basically you observe the simplification skill. When I put the values, we don't cross multiply. You see, we try to see how we can make this thing simpler. Always you look for common factors and you see whether these common factors can be cancelled out, so that we get very simple equations. So very two simple equations which are very easy to solve. Now what you have to find? You have to find Sn. Sn means this formula. So in this formula I have to know the value of a and d, and a and d can be solved very easily from these two equations, two pair of linear equation, two variable. And as you see, there is a, there is also a. So by the method of elimination to be suitable, we'll subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So let me subtract a plus 3d is 7. So I am subtracting equation 1 from 2. That is it, I am doing equation 2 minus equation 1. That will give rise to this getting cancelled. 5d is equal to 10. Therefore I got the value of d to be 2. So now put this value of here to get the value of a. So a plus d is your 2, 7. Therefore a is equal to 7 minus 6, 1. So I got the value of a, I got the value of d solving. Then what Sn? We just put the values here. Therefore Sn is equal to n by 2 twice a, that is 1, plus twice n minus 1d, n minus 1, and d is your 2. So again these two can be taken out, so I will cancel it. So here n by 2, you take out 2 common, So 1 is left here and this 2 is taken out, so n minus 1, n minus 1. So this 1 getting cancelled, 2 getting cancelled. So n into n, that is n square. So that is the answer. Sn is equal to your n square. Okay, so in this way here, in this kind of questions, even first thing you have to remember the formula correctly, and then ultimately is all the method of simplifications, that is algebraic simplification, where you have to be very careful for not doing mistakes, and many things how easily we can do by observing if there is common factor. These things matters in solving these kind of questions. Okay. Now next one is a very important question. If the sum of first n term is given to you, you have to find the expression for the nth term. So how will you do this, you see? So this you have to think from the basic concepts. So what is Sn? First let me visualize. What is Sn? Sn is equal to sum of the n terms from the beginning. This is your Sn. Now you see, what will be Sn minus 1? Again let me write. That is Sn minus 1 means sum of first n minus 1 terms. So that is, this will be A1 plus A2. It will end up here. Is not it? This will be the situation. By according to the definition, this we can write in. So now if you observe, if I subtract this from this, only this term will be left. All will be getting cancelled. So what do you observe? Therefore, Sn minus S of n minus 1 is An. So this is a very important expression. That is, if I know Sn, I will be knowing An by this, by from concepts. So then let me write it down. So therefore, I have to find An is equal to Sn minus this. So Sn is your 4n minus n square. This is your Sn. Minus, whenever minus, always you put a bracket, otherwise you will be making mistake with signs. So Sn minus 1 means, in this formula, in place of n, I will be writing n minus 1. So it is 4n, that means 4 in place of n, I will be writing n minus 1 minus n square, that is in place of n I am writing. So this is your, so An is equal to Sn minus S of n minus 1. That is simply in place of n I am writing n minus 1. Okay, then we will simplify, we will get the required expression for An. But you have to be very careful while simplifying because of the signs. So I put a bracket. So let me open this. 4n minus n square. Before removing the bracket, let me simplify this. 4n minus 4 minus, again you put a bracket here. Identity a minus b whole square, a square minus ab plus b square. Simplify. Let's see. Let me simplify this. 4n plus 2n is 6n minus n square. I have taken the minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. I have simplified. After simplifying, remove the bracket. Minus plus. So these two getting cancelled. So we are left with 5 minus 2n. So this is the answer. Now generally the expression for An is always a linear. It's a linear, and expression for Sn will be a quadratic. This you must observe. So we have found this. Now when I know An, I know all the terms of the AP by putting different values of n. So for first term, what will be the first term? I can write the AP. Now I can write the AP. So the first term A1, so it is 5, let me write down, A1, 5 minus 2 into 1, that is 5 minus 2 is 3. Then A2, 5 minus 2 into n, 2 into 2, that is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. Then A3, 5 minus 2n, 2 into 3, that is minus 1. 5 minus 6 is minus 1. So therefore the AP, what will be the AP? AP will be, first term is your 3, 1, minus 1. In this way it will go. So you see, if I know the nth term, I know the AP. So this is the way. Now one more thing, this is one way of doing, that is why I am using this formula, where this simplification is a bit complicated, or you have to do it carefully to get the correct answer. But if you want to avoid this kind of simplification, we can go for another formula also, another way, method. I'll show you that one. Okay, this I've shown you. So, how we can do this? You see, this expression is given, no? Sn. So if I put n, if I put n is equal to 1, then it will be S1. So what will be S1? Only A1. That is your A. And so this will be equal to S1 will be then this first term only, and then it will be 4 into, in place of n I put 1 minus 1 square. So it is 4 minus 1, that is 3. So you got here, you got A to be 3 also. So S1 is your the first term, because S1 nothing but sum of first term, one term. One term is on the first term. Then I can find S2. What is S2? S2 is your A1 plus A2, the sum of first two terms. This much is your S2. S2. And what is S2? 4n minus n square, that is 4n is 2 minus n square, 2 square. A1 I got to be 3 plus A2. So it is 4 to the 8 minus 4, 3 plus A2, or it is 4 minus 3, that is A2, or therefore A2 is equal to 1. So here A2 was 1. So when I found S1 is your A1 and S2 is your, actually this is, I can write in this way, this is your S1, so S1 plus A2. So therefore A2 is equal to S2 minus S1. Actually what I have written an Sn minus S of n minus 1. This was the formula. So you see A2 S2 minus S1, this formula I have used. So in this I can find A2. Similarly, what will be A3 then? A3 will be S3 minus S2. In this way also we can write An is S of n minus S of n minus 1. By observing this thing, actually we can get. So you see, so one of the way we can do it, so I found is S1, that is your A is 3, and S2 I have calculated. Let me do one thing. Okay, I have calculated A2 by S2 minus S1. So when I know A1 and A2, A2 minus A1 is our D. So A2 was your, A2 came out to be 1, and it came out to be 3. So I got the value of D minus 2. So A was your 3, A was 3 and D is minus 2. In this way you can find out. So the other way, in this way you can do it. So when I know A and D, I know An, because the formula An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So A I got to be 3 plus n minus 1 and D came out to be minus 2. So 3 minus 2n plus 2. So it is 5 minus 2n. So same I got. So this is another way of getting these things. Either use this formula where to do the simplification, and then you can get all the terms of the AP. Otherwise, what I do, putting different values of n, I will be getting S1, S2, S3 I can get, and S1 is, you always remember this, you have to remember, S1 is A. Always if the expression of Sn is given, putting n is equal to 1, I will be getting the first term. Then also I can get the value of S2 by putting n is equal to 2. So you will get some value, and that will be your A plus A2. A plus A2. So therefore, from these two I can see S2 minus S1 will be A2. So A2 can be found in this way. When I know A and when I know A2, I can find the D, and when I know D and when I know A, I know the nth term. So this is another approach where you can avoid the simplification. So I have shown you both the methods. Okay.